What if one small, repeatable habit, so simple you could start tonight, could flip your body from constant digestion into a nightly repair mode, the way many of Japan's longest-lived doctors quietly recommend? That's the promise behind the secret we'll unpack today, a consistent nightly fasting window combined with mindful portioning. Finish dinner early, eat until about 80% full, then give your body a 12-16-hour overnight break. If you want practical longevity habits, hit subscribe now and stay with me. I'll show you how to try this tonight. At its core, the science hinges on a single, elegant idea called autophagy. Think of your cells like a busy household. During the day they cook, clean up crumbs, and handle routine chores. But when you stop adding new dishes to the sink, when digestion pauses, that's when the deep cleaning crew shows up. Autophagy is the body's internal housekeeping and recycling program. Damaged proteins, worn-out cell parts, and metabolic clutter get identified, wrapped up, and either repaired or sent off to be reused. Nobel laureate Dr. Yoshinori Ohsumi helped map how fasting acts as a trigger for this process, showing us that timing can matter as much as what we eat. So here's the secret daily habit in one line. Finish eating early enough that you allow a consistent overnight fasting window of roughly 12 to 16 hours. And at dinner practice hara hachi bu, stopping when you feel about 80% full. That combination, timing plus mindful portions, creates repeated opportunities for cellular repair, lowers frequent insulin spikes, and reduces the metabolic burden of round-the-clock eating. It's not a magic pill, and it's not a guarantee of a century-long life, but research and a generation of Japanese physicians point to it as a practical, sustainable tool for better metabolic health. Why this works? Simply put, when you stop feeding your body for a stretch overnight, energy demand shifts. Instead of constantly digesting new food, your body starts to tap repair processes. Autophagy ramps up. Insulin levels tend to drop. Inflammation markers that are driven by constant eating can calm, and the digestive tract gets a regular rest. Studies suggest these shifts are linked to more stable blood sugar control and improved metabolic markers. Dr. Takayuki Teruya, for example, has explored how intermittent fasting regimes influence metabolism and cellular resilience. Meanwhile, Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara, a longtime advocate of mindful eating, praised hara hachi bu, the practice of eating until you're about 80% full, as a cultural habit that supports steady weight and energy without drastic diets. But timing alone isn't the full picture. The way meals are composed matters. Many of Japan's long-lived communities favor plant-forward plates, fermented foods, modest portions of fish, and enzyme-rich produce. Gastroenterologist Dr. Homi Shinya has long emphasized the role of gut-friendly foods, fermented soy, pickled vegetables, seaweed, and raw enzyme-containing fruits and veg in maintaining digestive health. Dr. Yumi Ishihara, a physician known for advising public figures on practical meal timing, has recommended lighter morning approaches for some people. A small, warming liquid start like miso soup or green tea, so that the first solid meal doesn't overload a still-resting digestive system. These food choices complement the overnight fast. If you reduce processed sugars and heavy late-night snacks, each fasting period becomes a cleaner reset. To make this real, let's walk through a practical one-day routine you can try tonight. Picture a typical weekday, but with two gentle tweaks: earlier finish to eating and slower, mindful portions at dinner. Aim to finish your last bite between 6 miles and 8 p.m. depending on your schedule. If 6 p.m. is too early, 7 or 8 is still useful. Consistency matters more than an exact clock time. At dinner, practice hara hachi bu. Use small, mindful cues. Slow down, put your fork down between bites, breathe, and pause halfway through the plate to check how you feel. If you eat until you feel comfortably satisfied, not stuffed, you're doing it. Smaller plates, a first course of miso or clear vegetable soup, and sharing dishes family style can help naturally limit portions. From finishing dinner to breakfast, aim for a continuous 12 to 16-hour window without calories. For example, if your last bite is at 7 p.m., a 12-hour window means breakfast at 7 a.m. A 16-hour window moves that breakfast to 11 a.m. Start where you feel comfortable. Try a 12-hour overnight fast for a week, then extend by 30-60 minutes every few days until you reach your goal. If mornings are hard, begin with 12 hours and add 15-30 minutes each week. Small habit steps stick. Morning routine ideas that align with this habit. When you wake, hydrate. Plain water, warm water with lemon or green tea are all good ways to rehydrate and gently wake digestion without breaking your fast. If you prefer a very light liquid breakfast, traditional Japanese approaches sometimes include a small bowl of miso soup, a cup of unsweetened green tea, or a modest serving of fermented soy like natto, but keep portions tiny if you are aiming for longer fasts. Some physicians in Japan have favored a modified morning ritual that emphasizes liquids or a small, nutrient-dense bite rather than a full, heavy meal right away. For daytime meals, prioritize plants, whole grains in moderation, fermented foods, and protein that suits you. Examples: a lunch of brown rice, steamed greens with a splash of soy and sesame, a side of fermented pickles or miso, and a small portion of fish or tofu. Dinner might be a simple vegetable-forward stew, a bowl of soba or barley, and pickled vegetables. Green tea throughout the day offers gentle caffeine without sugar, and the antioxidants are a cultural staple in Japanese longevity patterns. Avoiding processed snacks and sugary beverages, especially late at night, helps preserve the quality of your fasting window. If you exercise, plan meals around energy needs. If you do heavy training in the morning and need fuel, adjust timing sensibly rather than forcing a strict fast. Many people find light workouts during a fasting window are tolerable, but intense strength training may work better with a post-workout meal. The key is flexibility. This is a lifestyle habit, not a rigid rule you must break yourself on. Here are some concrete practical tips to make the habit stick. First, set a consistent kitchen curfew, a time each evening after which you won't eat. Put reminders on your phone, clear out tempting late-night snacks, and make the late evening environment less food-focused. Second, slow down at meals. Eating at a measured pace gives your body time to register fullness and aligns with hara hachi-bu. Third, choose fiber-rich vegetables, seaweeds, legumes, and fermented sides. Those help satiety and support gut microbes that benefit long-term health. Fourth, reduce added sugars and refined carbs, especially late in the day. They promote insulin spikes that work against the fasting benefits. A common question: will I be unbearably hungry? If you're new to overnight fasting, some hunger in the first few days is normal. Practical counters: drink water or tea, chew sugar-free gum, and keep busy with a relaxing evening routine that isn't centered on food. Gradually lengthening your fasting window reduces hunger intensity and helps your body adapt. Many people report better appetite control and steadier energy after a couple of weeks. Is this safe for everyone? Not necessarily. If you are pregnant, breastfeeding, living with diabetes, taking medications that require food timing, or have a history of disordered eating, consult your healthcare provider before making major changes. Likewise, if you have medical conditions that affect blood sugar or medication schedules, personalized medical guidance is essential. This approach is about timing and portion moderation, not medical treatment, and should be adapted to each person's health needs. What about energy, sleep, and muscle? Respect your sleep schedule. A regular bedtime and quality sleep support repair processes alongside fasting. Maintain adequate protein and include resistance training if preserving muscle mass is a priority. Protein timing within your eating window and strength work 2 to 3 times a week are sensible complements. Again, tailor these practices to your abilities and consult a professional for personalized plans. Let's give a few sample timelines you can choose from. Starter, 12-hour fast, last bite at 8 p.m. Breakfast at 8 a.m. Keep dinner modest and slow. Hydrate in the morning with water or tea. Intermediate, 14-hour fast, last bite at 7 p.m., breakfast at 9 a.m. Practice housekeeping at dinner. Include fermented sides and vegetables. Ambitious, 16-hour fast, last bite at 6 p.m., breakfast at 10 a.m. Many centenarian-inspired routines fall in this range. Pair it with plant-forward meals and light morning hydration. Remember, consistency and sustainability beat extremes. The point is to give your body a reliable, repeatable nightly opportunity for repair, an overnight reset, rather than to chase a strict number for a short period. You might wonder how cultural examples fit in. In Okinawa, the Blue Zone often highlighted for long-lived communities, meals are modest, largely plant-based, and late-night snacking is uncommon. Social engagement, purposeful activity, and daily movement also factor into longevity. The fasting habit is one part of a larger picture. The Japanese emphasis on meals that nourish the gut, fermented foods like miso, tsukemono, pickled vegetables, seaweed, and small portions of fish, supports digestion and microbial diversity in ways that harmonize with overnight fasting windows. That combination of timing, portion mindfulness, and food quality is what many long-lived clinicians and communities practiced. A gentle reminder, this habit, while supported by research and long-standing cultural practice, is not a proven guarantee of living to 100. Research suggests these patterns are associated with improved metabolic markers and cellular processes like autophagy, but many factors, genes, environment, social connections, and healthcare access, contribute to lifespan. Use this as an accessible, practical tool to support health, not as a promise. If you're ready to try one small experiment, here's a 7-day starter plan. Pick a kitchen curfew time tonight. Practice housekeeping at dinner. Aim for a 12-hour window for the first 3 nights. By day 4, try adding 30-60 minutes. Keep meals plant-forward and include fermented foods where possible. Hydrate in the morning with water or green tea, and note how you feel each morning. Energy, sleep, appetite. If you want to share results, drop a comment at the end of the video and tell us which window you tried. Before I close, if you have chronic health conditions, are pregnant, breastfeeding, or take medications that depend on food, talk to your healthcare provider before changing meal timing. That short check-in is an easy safety step. This secret daily habit, finish eating early, stop at about 80% full, and give your body a consistent 12 to 16-hour overnight fasting window, wraps together modern science and traditional practice. It's simple, culturally rooted in places where people age well, and backed by researchers who study autophagy, metabolism, and gut health. You don't need a radical overhaul. Small, steady adjustments to timing and portions can deliver nightly chances for repair that add up over time. If you want a quick start checklist with sample times and meal ideas to try tonight, I've linked a 1-page guide and a deeper video that dives into autophagy and each doctor's approach. Grab those resources in the description. Try this for 1 week, see how your body responds, and if you're open to it, tell us in the comments what window you chose.